Today's episode, medyo mabigat pero kailangang pag-usapan. Pag-usapan natin ang isa sa pinaka-sensitive at pinakamasakit na part ng industry natin, ang attrition. Bakit nga ba umaalis ang mga tao? Burnout ba? Toxic ba ang account? Or simply walang growth? Joining me here today, hindi lang isa pero dalawang team leaders. One is a senior team leader, a good friend of mine, Mamang Joan Francis Daya. And one is a team leader, Joyce Ann Gutierrez. They have an extensive experience in the BPO and a real-life stories from their experts, their agents. Their experience is more than 10 years. All right, Joan and Mamang, I miss you.
I miss you too.
I miss you so much. And Joyce, nice to meet you. And thank you guys for gracing us today.
Hi everyone. So my name is Joyce and currently I'm working in a global company as a team leader and I'm handling people across the globe as well.
Wow.
So I have associates or resources based in the APAC region. And yes, so far been in the industry. Matanda ko na 10 years. So more than 10 years na in the industry. And yeah, I've worked with Joan as well before. So yeah, that's me.
And Mamang?
So now, my name is Joan and I am a senior team leader in one of the BPO companies here in Manila. I am handling Australian account and been in the industry for
Go lang.
like 13 years.
13 years?
Yeah, 13 years.
Okay. Alright. So interesting, Joyce, na yung experience mo because you're handling different, di ba?
Different cultures.
And different locations. And then, Mamang, you're just handling Filipinos.
Filipinos, but then I'm aside from my own team, I also handle some patients.
Okay. So, leaders, also because you're a senior team leader. So, let's dig deeper into your experiences, no? Based on your experience, how common is attrition today?
Sobra.
Sobra.
Siguro in my experience, it's something na it comes and goes. It's part of the life cycle talaga ng, I think hindi lang ng BPO but lahat ng companies merong ganito. It's just that mas ramdam mo siya kapag nasa BPO.
Okay. Anong difference nun? Kasi you're globally, or you're a global leader, no? May nakikita ka bang trend, kunyari sa Philippines and the other APAC regions or the other regions in the world?
Siguro, first I would compare it sa from a BPO and then yung private company. That's first, no? Sa private company kasi they go out of the company mostly for personal reasons, ganyan. Pag BPO, maraming reasons behind, diba? And I think we're gonna talk more about that later on. And then on a more larger scale siguro, in a global perspective, madami ding reasons why they are resigning. Siguro iba-iba lang because again, we have different cultures, different like for example, in a certain country, they resign when they reach a certain age. Yung mga ganyan.
Okay. And then, Mama, based on your experience, what are the top 3 reasons why people leave or resign?
First is, of course, if they have a better offer on a different company. So, number 1 is salary. Number 2 is yung environment. If the environment is toxic, so sometimes toxic yung account itself, but then yung tumatagal pa, nag-stay pa rin yung associate kahit toxic yung account, as long as the environment is okay. Pero pag yung toxic na yung account, yung environment pa or yung team is toxic din, doon sila umayaw. And then the third one is because of the leaders or the one who are handling them.
Okay. can we define a little bit more based dun sa mga experiences din natin? What is a toxic environment?
For me, I could consider it toxic environment depending on paano ba na-build ng TL yung culture ng team. So let's say for example, itong si TL mismo ay nagko-cultivate ng rants or nagko-cultivate ng chismis, ng gano'n. So gano'n niya binild yung team niya. So every time, pag may bagong dating, of course, sa BPO, come and go yan eh. So may bagong batch, ganyan. Yun yung makikita nila na, ay, mga chismosa pala yung mga agents dito. Ay, mga police pala sila dito.
Anong police?
Namumulis, di ba? Dapat nasa PNP hotline kasi mga ganong agents. So, pag kami namumulis kasi, nagagalit ako, yung sumbong ng sumbong. Hindi ko pinatolerate kasi yun. So, for me kasi, nagsusumbong ka kasi, ano yun eh, it takes one to know one. Bakit mo siya sinusumbong na kunyari nag-ox jumping? Ba't mo alam? Kasi ginagawa mo rin. So, nagsusumbong ka kasi nainggit ka kasi nakakalusot siya. So, ganun yung take ko dyan. So, pag namumulis yan, sabi ko, ililipat ko siya sa PNP hotline. Para doon, lahat ng ano niya, ma-absorb niya, puro sumbong. Diba?
Ay, uso pa naman ng 911 ngayon.
Oo. So, antay dito yon. So, depende kasi sa team leader kung paano yung culture na i-build niya sa team niya. So, pagpasok pa lang ng newcomer at ganun yung na-feel niya, mga chismosa, ng populis, binabantayan ka, hindi na maganda kagad yung environment. Hindi na siya collaborative, hindi na siya parang friendly to anyone. So, ngayon, kahit bago ka, mapapaisip ka, tama ba itong pinasukan ko? Yung mismong TL ko, chismosa. Yung mismong TL ko, ang daming issues, mga gano'n.
Siguro for me, pag sinabi mong toxic, ano siya, as someone joining a team, for example, nga bago, diba? It's the responsibility of the team leader to create an environment na kaya nilang magsabi doon, it's either sa team leader nila or sa manager nila, of yung something na nasa loob nila. Could it be challenges, feedback, insights? Dapat, empowered sila to say so. In a way na constructive siya. So, what I mean is, magiging toxic siya kung hindi mo kayang sabihin na, nahihirapan ako sa stats ko ito yung challenges ko. Hindi mo kayang sabihin sa kanya kasi for some reasons, napipigilan ka. Hindi mo tuloy masabi, hindi tuloy magawa ng actividad. So, it could be reasons na kumbaga out of your control. Bawa, yun nga, TL, chismosa si TL, may chismis ako sa ibang ahente na ito pala yung challenges ko, or personally, may pinagdadaanan ka pala, hindi mo masabi sa team lead mo, kaya bumababa yung stats. Yung mga ganun. So, if they are not empowered to say kung ano yung nasa loob nila, feedback nga, constructive ganyan, doon nagsisimula maging toxic kasi hinihila na lang yan yung paa niya papasok, yung mga ganun, hirap na hirap nang pumasok sa office, nagsastart ng umabsent, yung mga ganong signs.
So, people feel, if people feel na hindi sila, walang safe space that they can open up, diba, struggles, or kung ano man, diba, yung gusto nila ikwento, then that results to a toxic environment. Ngayon, ang team leader naman, bakit nagiging rason ang team leader na magre-resign na lang ako kapag agent ako? Or kahit na hindi team leader, kahit na boss mo or OM mo, bakit nagiging rason ang ganong ganong leader?
So kasi, as a leader, so you are in control, diba? So yun nga, ikaw yung mag-create ng environment. And for someone na nilulook up ka, pero bias ka, corrupt ka,
may ganon?
May ganon. Ganon talaga. Tapos, ang tawag dito, parang instead of developing the people, kumbaga parang helping them to achieve their goal. Kasi diba as team leaders, your goal is to help your associates to achieve their goal. Na ano ba yung goal mo? Ano ba yung career path mo? Gusto ko mag-QATL, gusto ko maging TL someday, gusto ko mag-SME, gusto ko mag-ganito. And then, may bias, favoritism, may ganon. So, si associate, hindi siya namomotivate nung leader itself. So, presence pa lang niya, sometimes, virus. So, presence pa lang sometimes, ni TL, nakaka-intimidate na for the associate.
Sean, did you have any experience na masasabi niyo, hindi ko makikalimutan tong resignation na to? Or pinakamasakit na resignation na nangyari from one of your agents or associates? Yeah.
Ako, based on my experience, I have this associate na talagang sobrang lapit sa akin. Kumbaga parang I'm trying to duplicate myself to that particular agent kasi the agent wanted to become a team lead someday.
Wow.
So, until dito, yung mga best practices, mga ganyan.
Shinare mo?
Sinishare ko, but then wala pa siya dun sa position na nagsha-shadow siya because hindi naman siya SME. So, parang ano pa lang siya, agent level. But then, close kami. Yossi body ko siya. And then, all of a sudden, nahulihan ng fraud. So, yung perception na na-build kasi noon, for me is parang dahil alam ko na kinukonsinti ko, which is hindi ko talaga alam. So, that's very sad for me. Ganon.
So nagkaroon ng nagkaroon ng maling akala yung mga tao kasi nga close kayo. How did you deal with that?
Wala.
Kinayaan mo lang. So tinerminate ka na.
Tinerminate siya and then we're still friends pero hanggang dito, pag tinanong niya sa akin na TL, may opening ba? Hindi ko na siya hinahan.
So gusto kong bumalik. So nakikitaan niya na.
Nasa ibang company na ako. Pag tinanong niya, TL, nandiyan ka na ba sa ibang ganyan? May opening ba dyan? Ganun.
Did we, so fraud, no? Fraud yung reason. Were we able to understand bakit niya ginawa yun? Maganda yung path Maganda yung path niya.
Kasi yung, syempre, lahat yan,
because
of money.
Okay. Kasi ba, breadwinner ba ito? Ganyan ba?
Yes, somehow breadwinner siya, pero hindi kasi tama. Yun kasi you can achieve yung target sa sa hard work, di ba? Na pwede mo naman siya makuha.
True naman. Joyce, about you?
Akin,
Pinaka-memorable.
Siguro ang hindi ko makalimutan would be, I had an agent before. Good performer to, high performer to. And then, nag-leave siya for 2 days. And then, nung ika-second day, naka-receive ako ng letter of resignation. So, gulat na gulat ako, bakit ka magre-resign? Yung ganon. And it turns out, nakahanap siya ng magandang opportunity sa iba. So, siguro why did it made an impact to me? Kasi high performer to So, very minimal lang yung kailangan mong supervision sa kanya. Very plug and play. It made, bagong TL pa lang kasi ako nitong mga time na to. So, it made me reflect. Hindi lang dapat yung mga low performer yung tinitingnan. Hindi lang sila dapat. Kailangan even the high performers. Dapat you keep on motivating them. You keep giving them a reason to stay. Mm-hmm. Kasi if you don't, baka mangyari sa'yo yung nangyari sa akin. So,
true.
Nag-leave lang siya and then later on naka-receive ako ng resignation. Nakakalungkot kasi yung role niya is niche. Mahirap hanapin. So, syempre, when someone resigns, you have to start from scratch. You have to hire someone, ganyan.
Onboarding, ang haba nun, diba?
You have to do the recruitment, ganyan. Tapos yung onboard mo pa siya dun sa process and stuff. So, yun nga, maybe one of the things that I really learned, i-motivate mo rin yung mga high performer. So, dapat balance lang, no? Balance lang. Kaya nga, diba, sa call center, dapat ang coaching, hindi lang yung bottom, di ba? Yung bottom performers. Kailangan lahat. And do you have coaching ng weekly coaching or what's your requirement?
I categorize my associate green, yellow, and red. So, of course, I focus more on yellow because yung yellow is mapapag-green ko pa siya. And then, I also whatever focus that I gave to yellow is the same as my red. And then of course, I focus din hindi masyado sa green. Pero I make sure na kung meron dalawang coaching yung yellow and green ko, yellow and red ko for the week, kahit isa meron si green. So minimum naman talaga dapat at least meron kang one per agent per week. Is that the same for you? Same sa akin. However, since nga medyo multicultural yung aking hawak, at least twice a month. Dapat nakakausap ko sila. Kasi they are reporting mostly on the client side So, ang sa akin would be more on the pastoral care. Ayun, mostly on motivating them. O kumusta ba kayo? How's your welfare? Okay pa ba kayo sa clients natin? Or is the work environment still working for you?
Or meron ba kayong something that keeps you from working 100%? Ano yun so that we can action?
So speaking of those conversations, yung weekly coaching, since you guys are already seasoned TLs, no, and seasoned leaders, talking about red flags, 'di ba? Meron ba tayong mga usual na napapansin tapos bago mag-resign yung mga tao or bago mag-resign yung mga agents?
Oo.
Ano?
Ako malakas ang ano ko dyan,
Radar mo?
yung radar ko. Once na nag-leave siya, maraming rants. Para yung reklamo, ganyan-ganyan. Tapos biglang nag-leave ng mahabang leave. After ng
Ano yung
long
mahabang leave? 1 week ba to?
1 week, ganyan.
Ah.
1 week, papayagan mo siya, tapos ang tawag dito, after that, magkakasakit. Or vice versa, nauna mo na yung sakit, tapos mahabang leave. So, pag yun magkadugtong, may something. May something na yun.
Nakailang experience ka na ganyan, no?
Ay, ang dami na. Sobrang dami na. Sometimes kasi, napapansin ko sa mga ano ngayon, sa mga associates ngayon, they're more, parang sa practical side, they're more on money. So, kasi yung mga kapanahunan ko sometimes, katulad ko, hindi ako basta-basta umaalis sa company because of money. It's because environment yung kinukonsider ko. Tsaka yung people.
Yeah, same tayo.
Ang taas nga ng sweldo ko, pero hindi ko naman makakasundo yung katrabaho ko. Hindi ko naman, mumurahin lang ako ng boss ko. So, bakit ako lilipat? So, etong ano to, etong paglipat ko dito sa bago kong company, coming from a TL from different company, halos pantay lang yung offer. Hindi siya mas mataas. Pero what made me choose them is because yung mentor ko nandoon siya. And I know na kapag dito ako lumipat, mas mag-grow ako, mas may chance akong umaas, and then, yun nga, mas mabibigyan ako ng magandang feedback, yung leadership ko, mas mahuhun pa, ganyan. Hindi naman ako nagkamali kasi from TL, hindi STL naman.
How about you, Joyce? May ganun ba?
Red flags. Sa akin kasi, yun nga, siguro because of the background, no? Ang madalas kong kausap ay mga stakeholders. So, number 1 yan, yung feedback na binibigay nila about performance. So, if yung performance niya is mataas, then biglang nag-fluctuate. There's something wrong. So, dapat ma-figure out ko yung something wrong na yun. Is it personal? Does it have something to do with the work environment? And then next would be yung mismong resource or yung mismong associate, magsasabi yan. If they have something na parang TL, naghahanap na ako ng ibang work kasi ito yung personal reasons ko kailangan ko na mas maging sweldo, ito yung situation ko for today, ganyan, ito yung kakaharapin ko sa mga susunod na buwan, so kailangan ko ng mas malaking income. Yung mga sudden changes sa family, biglang may nagkasakit, may nanganak, yung mga ganyan, nagkaroon ng additional family members. Yan mga reasons yan na directly impacting compensation. So, kailangan nilang mag-isip ng reasons to have that compensation. It's either they go out or, yun yung pinaka-main nagiging impact talaga. They need to find another job which offers higher salary.
And pag salary kasi yung ang reason on leaving, wala ka namang magagawa dun
Exactly, wala kang magagawa.
Kasi kahit na gusto mo siyang bigyan, i-justify mo pa na masyado masipag to, hindi mo naman kayang taasan yung sweldo niya. So, I let go pagka ganun.
Pero, so tama naman. Pag compensation kasi medyo mahirap, di ba? Mahirap hawakan or i-win back. So, let me ask you, meron ba kayong mga success story? Like, TL, mag-resign ako kasi I need more money. Tapos na-win back nyo. And then, paano nyo siya ginawa?
Ako, I have. Siguro ito yung before ako mag-leave dun sa same company namin ni June. Kasi during that time, they were hired on a certain salary. Yun yung offer package during that time. And these people have been with me ng mga 2+ years na.
Matagal na rin.
Yeah, the feedback of the stakeholders, ang ganda. Ang ganda. Yung quality evaluations nila, maganda. Kumbaga, performers. So, it wasn't hard for me to say dun sa manager namin na this is something that we can work on. Kasi they're already saying, TL, parang kailangan na namin ng raise. So, ikaw, as a team leader, actually, dapat, kumbaga, responsibility ko to review the salaries. Pero nauna sila sa akin, saying na, TL, ilang years na kami baka pwede. Kasi I just got this, yung team na yan eh. So parang, sige, let me review. And then when I look back, nga, ilang years na, ganito yung performance, maganda yung trend, maganda rin yung feedback ng stakeholders, why not? Is this something feasible? So I consulted my manager, pwede ba natin itong gawin? And she said yes. Hence, the following year, during, I think meron tayong parang salary
Appraisal.
Yes, appraisal. They were given a different percentage because of it. So, nakaka-happy lang as a TL kasi they felt supported on what they need, ganyan. And they stayed. They're staying because of it. And yung pasasalamat nila, iba yung pakiramdam. Nakaka-fulfill as a TL.
Ikaw, Mamang.
Siguro not, yung personal na nagsabi sa akin na magre-resign siya. So, just so you know, ang trabaho ko dito sa bagong company ko is palipat-lipat ako ng department. So, palipat-lipat ako ng team. Kung saan may problemang team, nandoon ako.
Tiger team.
So, kumbaga, kunyari, ang daming pasaway dito, sobrang daming atutsidera dito sa team na to. Ilagay dito si John. Ganon yung ko. So, recently, last year, around July, I was transferred from one department to another. And because etong mga associates dito is gustong mag-resign. Most of them want to resign because of their leader. So, antal dito,
Ilang agents to? Parang isang team ba to? Or?
Isang team na, let's just say, mga 30% of the team na gustong mag-resign because of the leader. Hindi sila, there are different reasons. Merong hindi nila kasundo, merong, antal dito, they don't like the person. Sometimes, hindi mo na ma-distinguish kung dahil lang ba sa emotions kung ba't nila gusto yung tao or because galing din kasi siya from associate level.
Tapos na-promote. Tapos magkakasama sila.
Naging team leader nila.
So from peer to a leader.
Oo, kasi naranasan ko yun. It's very hard na gaining respect from your colleagues na parang all of a sudden TL ka na namin. Parang gano'n. Mahirap talaga yung na yun, I should say. So, dinala ako doon kasi nga pati numbers, na talaga, sobrang sirang-sira yung numbers and at the same time, people are not working. So, ang daming abandoned calls, ang daming missed calls, mga ganun. So, when I came in, so marami ako naririnig, negative things about a certain person, but of course, makikinig ka lang muna, hindi ka naman pwede mag-comment kasi wala ka pa namang idea kung sino ba talaga kung totoo ba talaga. Kasi sometimes, ang mga ahente, pag nagsama-sama, tutulungan lang naman nila yung isang tao, minsan hindi naman totoo, di ba? So, yung culture na na-build kasi dun sa team na yun, sobrang nega. So, first, yun ang inuna ko na baguhin yung culture. Bawal mag-rant, bawal mamulis, walang ganon-ganon, hindi ko tinotolerate. And then, from an FGD coming from the associates na sabi nila kung hindi ako dumating dun sa team, they are under, nasa verge na sila of resigning.
All of them?
Not all
o yung
of them,
30%
but most of them. And most of them are tenured associates na talagang marunong dun sa ginagawa nila.
Okay. So, if I'm understanding this right, so ang laging ginagawa natin is really focus group discussions, FGD, kapag may mga ganyang nangyayari for us to understand.
That is the role of our senior operations manager.
Okay. So bumababa sila hanggang dun sa agent.
However, during conversation, kasi Posh, yung conversation ko sa agent, merong formal, merong informal.
Yosi ba to?
Hindi naman. Sometimes kasi, they would feel heard and comfortable if walang nakasulat or documentations, ganyan. And until dito, I encourage them to be honest with me. Especially yung mga tardiness. Ayoko nung naggagawa ng kasi TL, ganito may emergency. Sabihin mo na lang kung late ka nagising. So, di ba, sometimes naman, pinapaandar naman natin pagiging compassionate natin. As human being, gano'n naman tayo, di ba? Ako naman, naging late din naman ako sa buhay ko. So, sometimes, you let them feel that you understand them. So, para maging open sila sa'yo. And yun yung relationship ko sa mga associates ko. So, maski yung ganon, sasabihan nila ako na, alam mo, TL, kung hindi ka dumating, ganyan. Nakakataba ng puso na, ang tag dito na, kumbaga, may ginagagawa ka pala na for you is just normal thing na ginagawa ng team leader in a daily basis, pero sa kanila pala, may impact and appreciate nila.
Oo. Tama naman. Kasi hindi mo yun sa mga tao naman talagang hindi rin naman talaga vocal minsan, di ba? Pero mararamdaman, di ba? So in line with that, yung kamuntik ng mag-resign yung 30%, ganyan. Do you have other teams na nag-resign yung mga agents tapos may natira, di ba? So how did you guys recover? Or how did that team recover? And for you, bilang mga leaders, how did you bounce back?
Siguro sa akin, I experienced that once. Mahirap siya kasi when someone resigns, yung workload nun isasaluhin ng remaining team members.
True.
So, it's very important that you set their expectations na temporary lang to. We're trying to find someone who can fill in that role and someone who will be able to help you guys kapag na-onboard na siya. So, yon. Ang hirap kasi umpisa ka nga sa scratch kapag meron kang hinahire na bago, di ba? So, hindi mo siya agad mapapakinabangan as part of the team kasi kailangan mo siyang train, kailangan mo i-make sure na well-supported siya sa onboarding niya, meron siyang tools at working lahat ng tools na yan, and iba-body system mo pa yan to someone para matuto siya. Diba? So, it's a long process, but then again, ayun, kailangan ma-make sure mo na while doing that, yung team is morally supported kasi nga ang sasalo ng trabaho is yung natitira. Diba? And if it's really something na halimbawa hindi talaga kaya ng team, let's say 2-3 people of a team of 10 ang biglang nawala, malaking impact yun. So, maybe sa akin kasi ang ginawa namin nun is we sought help galing sa ibang team.
Best practices?
Oo.
Ganun?
Hindi. Talagang someone na pinul namin temporarily. Kasi
okay.
hindi kaya. Mabigat masyado. And if ma-burn out pa tong natitira kong 7, masisira yung team ko. Walang matitira. Diba? So, yun, maybe, lang talaga, look for solutions. Temporary solutions and set the team's expectation. Temporary lang din to. We'll get there kapag na-hire na natin.
Okay. Ang sarap nung usapan na to, no? Kasi marami tayong natututunan, especially sa mga viewers natin, bago man na leader or mga leaders na may pinagdadaan ng ganito. Do you have any advice sa mga leaders natin na nanonood? Or even sa agents, di ba? Kasi partnership naman yan di ba? It's a mutual understanding between the leader and the agent. Anong masasabi niyo sa kanila na advice?
Siguro as a team leader, you always reflect on yourself, no? If your agents are not comfortable talking to you about their personal life, okay lang yun. But you have to create the environment for them to talk to you work-wise. Kasi that's very important.
Safe space talaga.
If they want to say something personal, nasa kanila na yun. But yung work, anything related sa work, dapat ma-build mo yun sa kanila. And for the agents naman, okay lang maging honest sa mga TL, ha? Okay lang yun. Minsan kasi, ako din, naging agent din ako at nagsinungaling din ako sa
Lahat
TL
naman
ko.
tayo, di ba?
So, but then, in the long run, pag ma-figure out mo na when you build that connection din sa leader mo, and this is work relationship, ha? Yung tinutukoy natin dito. Maganda siya, hindi lang siya magiging pang-work. Nakalis ka na sa work, pero alam mong, pag nakita mo siya, ay, ito yung team leader ko, tinulungan ako nito when I was really down, or when I really needed help sa work, kailangan ko usapin yung OM ko, tinulungan ako nito So, ako personally, that's fulfillment for me as a team leader, or as a leader.
Mama.
Ako naman, siguro, for all TLs, especially dun sa mga bago, invest on your people. So when you say invest on your people, it's not only yung nagpapakain ka or you're buying something na parang small token to let them feel that yung gratitude mo for them sa hard work nila. So that's very important, especially pag engage mo So that's number 1. You have to engage with your associate, and then yun nga, kailangan ma-feel nila na antag dito na malalapitan ka nila. It could be work related or it could be personal thing. And the most important thing for me is yung be compassionate with your people. So we're not breaking the rules. We're just bending it. Sometimes yung one minute late, that could affect the incentive of a person. That could affect the attendance or the scorecard of a person na sometimes yung system naman ang may problema, mabagal, or yung internet masyadong paikot-ikot. So, you have to let them feel that you understand every situation na antag dito na binibigay nila sa'yo. But not to the extent na kinukonsinti mo just for you to get their buy-in.
Or i-abuse ka nila.
Or i-abuse ka nila. You always need to set yung wall mo pa rin. However, kailangan kasi ma-feel ng associate yun eh. Pag hindi na-feel ng associate yun, they will never say, they will never tell you the truth. Hindi sila magsasabi sa'yo ng totoo. Kahit yung simpleng walk up late, simpleng ganito, hindi nila sasabihin sa'yo yun. Kasi they will feel na, ay, gumunga nga naman akong TL shoot ganyan. So, di ba? So, pero pag alam nila, maintindihan ako ni TL, mapapagalitan ako, pero ganun. So, ayun pa, isa pa, if first time na nangyari, okay, pagbigyan, kung kaya, and then second time, syempre, i-reprimand, but always make sure that you explain bakit mo to ginagawa sa kanya. Not just because, yun ang policy ng company eh. So, sometimes hindi naintindihan na associate yun. They have to understand, ano ba yung ginawa mo? Ito kasi yung repercussion yan. So, para mas maintindihan nila. And moving forward, alam nila na hindi pwedeng abusuhin si TL. Pero pwedeng magsabi ng totoo kay TL.
True. Honesty is the best policy pa din, di ba?
Mm-mm.
And all relationships should be built on trust.
Correct.
Diba? Kaya nga tayo, kung absent ka or kung malilate ka, magsasabi ka talaga. Kasi may mga policies naman tayo na nakalatag dyan, di ba? And sometimes, kailangan lang talagang maintindihan natin bilang mga leaders saan nanggagaling yung age. I really love this conversation and yes, I really love it. Kung pwede ka extend pa to ng isang oras. So attrition is real and it really hurts. No, sometimes people leave because they want to grow.
Because of you.
Yeah, because they want to grow or it's because of us, 'di ba? Bilang mga leaders or bilang
And
mga
that's the
TL.
saddest part.
Yes.
Kapag kasi sinabi sa exit interview, kaya sila nagre-resign kasi
Dahil sa TL ko.
sa TL ko.
Oo, 'di ba? So malalaman naman natin 'yon. So ano lang, i-balance lang natin lahat ng bagay para yung mga tao mag-stay and we can keep our talents, our potential talents or potential pool of leaders. Ayun, so thank you Mamang and Joyce. All right, so thank you guys for watching. If you are a TL, if you are a TL or an agent having diba, thoughts of resigning, this episode is really for you. So thank you so much for joining us. Again, Mamang and Joyce.